Hello, everybody. How are you all doing? I hope everything's going well for you during this Wednesday. For those of you who are, well, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm really excited to be here because I have a special guest this afternoon, and the title or the topic of the show is "Love Going Live." And before I formally introduce Sal to you, I first would like to say thank you all for being part of this community. So I um, started this community really for empowered women who wants to get seen, get heard, and to make an impact in the world through their stories. So speaking of stories, I would like to invite you to the 5-day story challenge that's happening next week from October 12th to 16. So if you haven't signed up yet, you can still go ahead and do that. Although the challenge is happening right here in the group, signing up for it would actually give you the opportunity to check and the updates and get the latest get the latest updates for the challenge that's happening, and be sure to invite a story buddy. I am going to post the link on the challenge so that you can go ahead and sign up and at the same time invite those who you feel are going to be interested in it. Okay, so let me go right ahead and introduce you to my guest. So I have with me Sal Daina. Well, let me just bring in Sal. Okay, so I was going to do this now. Give me. All right. Sorry for the little bit of a technical difficulty here. I'm trying to figure out how to bring. Oh, okay. Now I figured it out. Hi, Sal. Sorry about that. Hi, Sal. Did I pronounce your last name right? It's Daina,
Yeah,
right?
Daina.
Okay, perfect. Okay,
Hey,
that's
everybody.
great.
Good
So
to
I
see
would like to
you.
introduce you to Sal. So she is an award-winning film and video producer, and she has a career working in the Australian film and video industry. So she is also juggling work as a single mom, and she's earning her stripes on big feature films like The Matrix and I, Robot, until she eventually attended film school. And she is inspired also by the power of story to transform. So today, she empowers healers, coaches, and therapists to amplify their inner gifts. And while using video to connect with others in the wider world known as online marketing. And the truth of who we are and who we can be exists within the courage to be authentic. So, hi, Sal. Thank you so
Hi.
much for being here. Thank you for
My
saying yes to my
pleasure.
invitation.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Um, so I'm gonna go dive right into my questions because I first off I'm really curious, like how did you come to do this work? So you're in the film industry, and then now you are into helping out, coaches, healers, and therapists use video as a way to promote themselves online. So how did you come to do this work?
So, yeah, great. Thank you. I am super excited to be in a group with you and going live and doing anything to do with story. I think what you're doing is
Yes.
really important in part of that authenticity and courage that I kind of talk about. So I feel like we're kind of connected at that level as storytellers anyway. But the way that I came to kind of pivot my business towards working with individuals rather than big companies selling their products. I was working for a large organization who was putting on live events across Australia and Europe. And I was due to go and be head of communications in Europe with them, doing all their video marketing, their events promotion, their live promotion, kind of using the skills as a film and video maker to build stories and images which would connect to a new audience. They were looking to find a new group of people to come along to their healing modality. And then with the lockdown, live events just dried up. And so that contract dried up and went away. My contracts dried up and went away. And I kind of I just had that realization that I actually wanted to work for many people, not just one small group and or one small company, and that I didn't ever want to be in that position again where I was beholden to world changes, that I would create a business that was sustainable. And I really love what coaches, healers, and therapists do. And I think we're coming into an era where we're going to be needed much more than ever
Yeah.
before. I've been through 3 recessions. I'm that old. And so I've seen these highs and lows come
Uh-huh.
quite a few times. And what we, it's an opportunity for people to get really connected to who they are and reach out and get help. And I find healers, coaches, and therapists really struggle to get visible. They feel like they're selling or something like that. But video today is pervasive and it's
Yes.
hanging around.
That's true, and I totally agree. And I have to like say, I commend you, for like doing that pivot. That it's not just, I mean, live events, and having to find a way to like
Mm.
show up in a different
Mm.
way right now. And you mentioned it's really about, and also video, because that's your background, right? So
Yeah.
yeah,
I'd
and
never been in front of the camera. I had started out as an actress actually when I was really young,
oh,
and
okay,
on for theatre though, and I was asked to do a short film. I'd always wanted to make movies, but it was and I thought that actors made movies, and so I went to acting school, and then and the reason I wanted to make movies is I love story. I went to a film
yeah,
and it changed my life, and so but when I got in front of the camera as an actor, I was I was devastated. I became incredibly nervous. I got stage fright. I was unable to. I felt really exposed, even though there was a script and everything. I felt very vulnerable and judged, and there's a
hmm,
big crew around you and all of that. And so I just went behind the camera and became a producer and lived kind of in the shadows of the camera
hmm,
for my whole life. But it ended up quite unhappy in that role. What
hmm,
I loved doing was helping people. I loved helping the directors. I loved helping the actors. I loved helping everybody get the film out and do the bits and pieces. It was super stressful. And you're the boss to everyone and friend to no one. So it's kind of
yeah,
a hard role for someone who likes being with people. So in this period of lockdown, when I had to get in front of the camera, I experienced all that again when I actually had to
hmm,
stand up and speak. And then I realized that there is a way that I was being inauthentic, which was putting on the makeup, putting on the
yeah,
outfit, doing everything I knew to do in terms of creating a character as opposed to authenticity. And so I did ring my stylist sister and my good
hmm,
friend fashion designer, who's now part of our team, the Get Live Online team, what we do. And that's the Look Better on Camera group that you can join if you're interested in hot tips around video. But that I rang them and I kind of said, I want to create a different. I want to be comfortable, and we need to create the frame. We need to create the frame and everything. And we started working from the inside out and the outside in at the same point. Who am I serving? The really important questions are: who am
yes,
I serving? Why am I serving them? And then creating that kind of ambience in the frame around that. And it just means that I have certain outfits that I put on that I wear so that I'm out of overwhelm about that. I feel really comfortable in them. I know how to put my frame up, and all of those elements are gone so that I can just focus on the why I'm
hmm.
there and the who I'm serving.
Yeah,
So
I love what you're saying about, authenticity,
mm,
because I mean, even in like just facing the camera or going live sometimes, it can be a little bit too much, right? I mean, just the fact
mm.
for some people, just going live like terrifies them so much
I
so.
mean, look, stop press. I love going live. I do because I'm connecting with people, but
Yeah,
I'm nervous now, but I know enough of how to work with what's here to get out of my own way. I say my fear
yeah,
of rejection, my fear of judgment. You are all judging me. I'm judging you. As soon as we turn on the frame, we see it.
exactly.
It's not a conscious judgment. It's not a nasty judgment,
Hmm.
but it's an actual, 50 years of the frame being designed by designers, producers, writers, and directors subconsciously, like Black Lives Matter, we have a subconscious bias that we don't even realize. The brain is a meaning making machine. You'd know that from story.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
it really
give it
is.
if you give it meaning outside of what it is you're wanting the message to be, then the viewer is going to try and read it to make sense, if there's a contradiction or a distraction. So what you want to do is you want to free the video frame to be clear about the message, the authenticity in the story.
Exactly. Yes, I just love that because it speaks so much. Like even with like this the camera over there, but how do you are we able to deliver the message? Whereas the people who you're talking to can actually say, "Hey, that's me. I can relate to that." Right. So in doing so,
Exactly.
yeah. So for those who are like, emerging women entrepreneurs who are just starting right
Mhm.
now, I mean, everyone is, in social media, they're trying out new things. And of course, because live events are not yet, it's not available for everybody as of this time.
Absolutely.
Why do you think that going live or doing video is some, it's a strategy to actually embrace, especially during this time?
I think that when you do video well, when you create an
Yeah.
image, I mean, I love your frame. I've complimented you on that often. If we break it down, which I don't know if you have for your people, you can see that the big impact stories there.
Hmm.
That there's
Hmm.
a lot of referencing to books in the background and the frame, and you just pop and go and pop out. And I would say that all the people in your group, they know as soon as you put that video up or they see that, they feel safe and familiar and they're listening
Hmm.
to the message, right? They already know the frame. So when you're going live on video and into social media, depending on what platform it is and what it is you're aiming to do, so I've got a bit of a weepy eye, then what you really want is to be aware that each video you do has a specific purpose. The
Hmm.
top level videos that you're creating are about attention seeking. Are you just pulling awareness into people so people don't know you at all? They see something, their mind, that meaning making machine,
Yeah.
picks up on something visual, usually, because usually the sound's off. It can be a caption. But once they're with you, then you want the message to be clear. So we're trying to create a signature look, is what we call it. We say, have a
Hmm.
signature
Hmm.
look that for the first videos of awareness, you don't change that. So you're having a strategy on the lives, the purpose of them, and that you're creating a familiarity and a trust. Does that kind of answer the question about why going live is,
Yeah,
without going into the technicals of why live is important from a marketing perspective?
exactly.
A visual
Right.
image, storytelling, you want to immediately grab awareness from people. They know it's you. So the first step is just you're there.
Yeah.
And there's noise on the waves, and then they see something that they like. So most people now see the pink background and recognize it as me across my community and my Facebook. So I'm noticing too that people are starting to mimic and copy that. So that's always like there's an element that other people are getting, that kind of this pink color is coming up. There was also a video by a very intense video I find from a younger market, much younger market than me, and she's using a pink background coincidentally. And I think that's interesting. So in the marketplace, it stands out in the video feed. You want to stand out in a feed.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
I think it's a very good tip. It's a hot strategy over there. Yeah, standing out in the video feed. And I
Mhm.
know that one of those things that you actually teach, especially in what you do,
Mm.
is the colors, right? So I know you also have a PDF that you're going to give away to the group, to this community,
Absolutely.
and you've I think shows like I think those were 5 videos if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, colors, the color
Colours.
schemes that are most
So
likely
the
to pop out.
Yeah, so the video is the camera lens is recording light. So that's another way to get out of your own overwhelm, is to realize that, when you're looking down the lens, that little piece of machinery, which is so phenomenal, is actually registering light at different levels. And
Hmm.
so video, the mechanics, the pixel, the zeros and ones, the digits respond to colors differently and project through most screens in a particular way,
Yeah.
because they're all just programmed colors. It's not like film in the old days where you had celluloid. That was
Yes.
a whole nother set of issues. or even videotape, this electronic light emission, as you would see with like LED being different to old-fashioned lighting, there's a different quality. And so the colors that it likes, and you'll see that I'm wearing many of them. So this has got green in it, blue, pink.
I love the pink, actually.
And my hair is brown, which it also likes, and it's got a touch of maroon in the background. You can see that the chair
Yeah.
feels like brown. So they're the colors that video responds well to. So yellow gets a little bit of a vibration, and black and white suck or pull, so they can frame. So say for your hair, we talk about your hair creates a beautiful frame around your face. That works. But if you're wearing a black top or you've got a black background, you just merge. It just doesn't even register because it's recording light, and there is no light in black. And white attracts the light. It's just sucking it into an endless loop. And so the eye will go to the white instead of to the face that's trying to project a message and share something. So what we always want to do is go to the eyes or the mouth. And people, body language is so... the mind is reading body language. It's such an epic. I mean, we're epic people. If I say a picture tells 1,000 words, well, video's telling 25,000 or 30,000 a second. That's how many registering points we have. So you really want to get that, not be a distraction, but an attraction. I say amplify it, make it bigger. Yeah.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So we already, you've talked a little bit about one of those, some of the ways to create successful videos, right? So can you tell us more? Like, I mean, I've gone through your consulted with you and your sister Inga, and I thought it was like a really, really wonderful experience where you get to choose, which clothes to wear for a capsule wardrobe. So can you maybe run us through that for those who are like wondering, going live, for example, do I need to like have a lot of dresses,
Yeah. So yesterday I went to Kmart because they have a $7 sale rack. So we try to work with people that when we work and we do a capsule wardrobe is where you determine a signature look. So the signature look is who you are authentically. So we ask, what are you doing? Who are you working with? That's always the primary question. And then why are you working with them? What is it about you that you would say is your jam that makes you special? And then we turn that into, let's have a look at all of your wardrobe. Well, what's reflecting that about you? It's not about getting new things. It's about what have you already got? What's in that color range? Fuchsia, blue, green, brown, maroon, gray. What have you got? So let's just get those out and try them on. And then, Inga's working with shape and body and color because there's movement in the frame, right? So it's what keeps people alive. And so you want to be able to feel comfortable. You don't want to have cleavage if you're a woman. It's fine if you want to be out there, but do you want people looking at your cleavage or do you want them hearing the message? So I'm not about judging anybody on that front. I'm just saying what the video sees is not what we see. It's not what we think. It's what some person who doesn't know you at all is going to immediately making decisions. You've got 3 seconds. So the wardrobe capsule is actually the second stage, I say, of making videos. The very first stage is getting set with your background. And so when we work in private coaching or in the groups that we do, then we do a full, what is your message? What are the videos? What is the platform? Know the camera, because each StreamYard is different, as I said to you. Zoom is different. Instagram is different. Facebook is different. YouTube is different. LinkedIn is different. They're all different. And they're different in the fact of like what you're seeing in your camera is not what's being projected onto somebody else's phone or onto their laptop or onto their desktop or whatever it is. Some people are watching it on telly, right? So on the television, I don't know if you say telly over there in America. We say
television.
TV. You say TV, right? We say telly.
Yeah, it's TV. True.
So, you don't know where people are watching, so you want it to be clear. So the background is like the first thing we work with. And so you want to, I'm not going to go into that because it's a whole section. We have like, there's some live videos on the Get Live Online Facebook page where you can watch about that if you're interested in the perspective, the line, always keeping your eye above the third. And then the capsule wardrobe works with that, so that it just sits there. If you're going to go live 2 or 3 times a week, then you need 3 different outfits that complement you and make you feel comfortable, but also is your signature. There's something about it that says it's who you are. So one of the things we said to Francis is, we think you look better on camera with your hair down, because it creates a second frame for you.
Yeah.
Do you remember? And
Yeah.
it really looks great. I don't know if the viewers and the people in your group would agree, but it creates this beautiful frame. I have it a little bit too, because I've got the curly brown hair against the pink,
I
but
love
on
the curly
white,
brown.
I can't sit on a white background. You're really lucky that you can. So, yeah.
Oh, would you have chosen to sit on a white background though, if you had like, or
Well,
the pink works
I
like?
love white, but white just sucks it out. So you'd have to have a lot of, you'd have to have a
True.
way of bringing it to me. You would have to have like a plant in the background or shelving like you've got. There's a way that the eye is going to keep just naturally have to keep focusing itself. The mind keeps having to focus itself. What we want to do is make it easy for people to see you. To
Okay.
stand
Wow.
out.
Great. To stand out. And that's what we want to do, especially right now that it's just so noisy out there with everyone, just
Yeah, people are attracted to what they're attracted to. So if you can really know who the market is, your niche,
yeah.
and then you like you would in anything, if you were going for a job interview or
Right.
to get a visa stamped or something official, when you were going to meet people, I say, for me, it's the best thing is that if you're going to go to a wedding, right? Like your cousin's wedding, you don't want to, you just want to really fit in and stand out amongst that crowd of people as yourself, not to take the limelight, but just to be who you are and have a great night out, right? So I think it's like dating, you're meeting clients.
Yeah.
So you want to put your best foot forward and also be appealing for them as a relationship point that's authentic. You don't want to attract people that that are not for you. That becomes usually a stressful business.
It is. Yeah, it actually really is. I just love what you're saying. Yeah, I'm learning so much as well. I mean, I'm also and I've mentioned this to you. I've also graduated actually with a film degree, and I pretty much understand that.
Yeah.
And me too. I mean, I've like, instead of like going in front of the camera, I'm more of like, hey, let me just do the background, let me just do the right thing or the directing, just be there on the sides. But so when I first even went live online, it was like, it's terrifying because the thought, like, it feels like I'm unraveling myself,
Yeah.
and I know for a lot of people, I've heard like, I don't really know what to say, or I don't look good in front of the
But that's your
camera.
department, sweetheart.
Exactly. So it's those, those kind of things so how do we, like, bring ourselves out to have that courage, right? To be authentic. And maybe for those who are just starting out right now, who don't really want to, or don't really have the budget, let's just say, who
That's
don't
what I
really have
think
the budget.
that. I think the
Yeah.
reality is that the big players, everybody has a team of videographers.
Yes.
It's $10,000 for a videographer to come in
Right.
and do 1 to 2 videos. So we work with people to really say, well, look, what you do have to invest. I'm just going to say, if you're
Yeah.
not ready to invest, then don't give up the dream. Don't give up the dream, but you could watch videos back, join the groups, come onto these live, and start to implement one thing per week while you're getting yourself ready. There's no overnight success.
Exactly.
Just not. And I was thinking, like, you have to invest time, money, and resources at some point. So whichever one you've got the most available, then embrace that. And I was saying I went to Kmart yesterday because there's the $7 specials, because
Yeah.
it's the, what do my people are attracted by, what looks good on video. Now I can't have an endless parade of that in my wardrobe, and I can't invest endlessly. But we go to op shops, we go to all sorts of things, because I know the color, the shape. I pop it on, I take a photo, I send it to my sister, the stylist, say, what do you think? I get advice
Oh,
from other people. I'm not just popping it up myself. So if you don't have a budget, then put it up and look better on camera. If you don't have your message, come to Frances's launch, because eventually you will. So just the one small thing I would say is start a fake Facebook group or Instagram account
yes.
and practice going live with no audience. Play it back, have a look, see the difference between what you thought you saw and what you did see.
Mm-hmm.
Ask some really close friends, and not like to get complimented, but to just
Right.
say, do you like that color on me? People get specific, yes or no, people like, and they don't, and say, I'm
Yeah.
not telling my feelings because I've got 5 other shirts, or you could put 5 other
Uh-huh.
and say, which of the 5 do you prefer? You know.
So I know we talked about the capsule wardrobe. Um,
Mm.
do they start like with how many is that supposed to be? Like when you say capsule wardrobe, it depends, right? Or you can
What
start,
stage
you
are
can
you at?
choose like five.
So I have 6
Okay.
outfits in my capsule wardrobe. I think in the end we got for you 5
Well, I
out of
think,
your
yeah,
existing
yeah.
wardrobe, which is perfect. So you have sort of an interior and exterior, one for outside and inside, if you know you're
Mm-hmm.
doing something super fun. You know, the 3 elements for me, and I'm not sure what your program is, Francis, but how I operate for myself is I have inspiration, information or education, and
Mm-hmm.
entertainment. So those 3 different kinds of things that I'm presenting on camera would offer a different wardrobe element. So, and then I have one for when I'm going to make an offer. I have a very kind of much more it's kind of my favorite outfit. I wear my favorite outfit if I'm going to ask people to
Mm-hmm.
invest their time or money with me. So you have a sort of a wardrobe for each different element, and then it just sits there and it doesn't get worn at any other time. It only comes out when I'm on video. And the bonus about that, people, is you take it off after 1 hour and you don't have to wash it, so you can wear it like 3 times,
Yeah.
ironed it, and it's just sitting there ready for you in case you get asked to do an interview, or say someone really wants to meet you for the first time on video. Then you can just get yourself into your coaching outfit or your presenting outfit or your healing outfit. Just builds trust. Something, if you've only put one promotion out there, wear that so that they remember you. It's not about being
Mm-hmm.
seen in the same outfit. Nobody
Right.
cares. If they're worried about that, we've lost them.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, because I mean, that's also the thing. Like, do I have to buy a lot of clothes to wear just so, because it's video, because they can see me. So it's those questions come up for
Yeah,
for
I
for some
say have
people.
3 to start while you get really comfortable.
Yeah, it's a
Have
good way in.
1. Better to have one that you love, that you know works really well, that you can move. Are you a big mover? Are you really
Mm-hmm,
quite
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
tiny and shy? Like there's so much goes into it, which is why we say, it's why we started what we do.
Yeah.
There's not just a quick checklist. There is a very basic, don't show your cleavage, don't show arms. um, you know is your hair better up or down? Try and have a look
Mm-hmm.
at that. Stick to those colors.
Yeah, I totally I love it because I didn't really put much, thought into like what I'm
Mm,
gonna wear in front of camera. So
mhm.
it's just like, okay, whatever I get from my wardrobe. Because I mean, if these are my clothes, then might as well just wear it, right? But when I met you in Inga and you started like, first off, like who are you serving? What is your message? What do you want to portray? So it's just really about, it tells a story. Like
It's
it
the
tells,
story.
yeah, it's a
The
story,
signature look is your
background.
story.
So everything that, it's just not even wearing accessories. It's not just like,
100%.
right? It's okay for this, wear something like this. Or so even that. And I'm like, oh wow, I never really thought about that before. And I mean, I would just grab something, because of course it's like it's beyond me and what my attention is going to. But having to work with you and Inga on that one really opened my eyes to also be, conscious about the clothes I wear
Well, if you
and
think
even
about story too, Francis, there's the thing of like verbs, nouns, right? Like if you
right.
it all out, it can feel quite dry. But then you say, look, throw an adjective in, throw in something that they can
Yeah.
work with, a word that really is going to heighten that moment that you're sharing, something concrete, something like that. Then what you end up with is a more rich story, something that other people can relate to in their own self. And so the frame or the video is also just another element of that. And we do say, come with some level of your story first so that we can
Yeah.
create the visual story to match. They've done a lot of research around scientific research. This is not just pie in the sky, around the emotion of color and emotion. And so, yellow and orange, not good. Red, the brain,
Emotion,
we
yeah.
have, unless you're colorblind, you're or blind, in fact, your brain is reading color emotionally as well. And there is a buying power associated to color. So there is a way that, and men and women have favorite colors and different colors. Women read colors more. This is not to be gender, it's however you identify, but the science shows this, the testing they've shown. So actually I have I have a document where I've stripped out for people the emotional kind of resonance of color. So I'm happy, if you like, I can give that to you, or you can come to the Look Better on Camera group, because it sits in there where you can get each of the colors that are good on video, the emotional research science content around that they've done.
I love that.
Yeah, people
Yeah.
humans read color from the age of 2.
Oh, okay. That's great. So yeah, and I'm definitely gonna get that document from your
So
your
that
group.
maroon that you're wearing, that lovely top that you've got, and you're so beautifully strong and powerful with this internal quietness. You've talked about being an introvert, but there's so the Dalai Lama wears this color. I don't know if you're aware. And it has a regalness about it. There's a royal quality to that, and there's a kind of an enlightened element of that. So these colors bring safety and trust to whatever element it is, whatever you're selling. If you're selling Reiki, it's a different thing. You might want to look at the green, and so if that color, there's such a spectrum of color, of maroon, of green, of blue, of fuchsia, like it's a rainbow, right?
It is
different tones, light, dark, tone, color, mood.
There's just a lot. But well, that's your expertise on how to able to like help women do that. So I know you've been like helping a lot of women already, promoting, helping them, promote themselves, through videos and the way they look and on video, and how it is that they actually love going online, right? Instead of like, oh my gosh, what I'm going to wear now and how am I going to look like, things like that. So you have share some stories with us on how this has, helped or changed these women.
Well, we had one woman who was just not even, she had a Facebook group. She had a wonderful service. It's just, I call her Millie for now. And she was helping women who, she herself had overcome cancer and was wanting to help other people look at the alternative options. And she was a professional, a high-level professional woman, and she was just not doing it, not going live because of this fear of judgment and rejection. And so we helped her in just 1 hour kind of say some words, get used to it, recorded it, and then I just edited that and we put it up in her book, and she got 30 more people to join her group, So we've certainly done that. And myself, I didn't have a Facebook group before lockdown, and now I've got 230 people I don't pay for boosts. I just literally, it's organic, and it's very engaged group. I can see that people are watching and asking questions and looking and showing up to the challenges in their lives, and we're getting paid clients from it. So, it's an option that works. I think that I've seen a singer-songwriter who had a very average background turn into feeling like you're in her studio,
Oh,
with
I
just a
love
bit of
it.
a
Yeah.
scarf thrown up here, a change to her hair, we
Oh my.
suggested she wear her hair up different to you because, she's, and to have nose and to show her skin because she's playing the guitar,
Mhm,
right? So
mhm.
each person has a different need and requirement. And of course, she needs to wear something different when she's coaching because you don't want to be distracted. But when there's so much flesh and then there's this beautiful guitar that worked really, really well. And so she could go live and perform as if she was in a gig, rather than just in her little
Yeah, yeah,
bedroom.
yeah. So
Um,
I just near her
so that's
bedroom.
super fun. So we love taking a space and turning it into something that it's not.
Beautiful.
That's
And you
the
give them
movie
like,
magic in it.
yeah. And also you give them like the confidence
Oh,
and owning
100%.
it, right?
Because we're doing it too, we're saying, okay, try that. You're seeing it back. You're starting to get objective around rather than subjective. You're not thinking about you as a person or even what it is you're sort of, it's like we take care of the what it is you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And you've got the why intrinsically. We accept that whatever you say, and there is a definite confidence. I think the main thing is you get out of overwhelm, and you can ask us for feedback, and you're getting it live and you're seeing it, you're breaking it down as we go into its elements. So the self-criticism has
Yeah.
nowhere to go. It has a job to do. Oh, am I in the frame? Oh, is this what? Oh, like now
Yes.
it's got a job. The brain's like, cool, I'm good. Now I just got to say what I got to do, right? I'm just here to
Yeah.
do. I'm here to do what I'm here to do. But as I said, I get nervous and I say I'm excited, 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 I'm excited. And the science shows us that if you say that 7 times, the brain clicks into, oh yeah, I am excited.
Yeah, and I love the energy that you're bringing, the
Thank
vibrance, and even I
you.
mean, it's the color pink. I mean, I love pink, and that kind of like vibrant pink. It shows like so much life, and
Mm.
aliveness. And I mean,
It's
your
it's
personality at the
meant to
same
be a
time.
healthy color.
I love
Color
it.
makes good
Yeah,
health. Mm.
gives me like awake, alive, in a sense, just looking at it. So I think it's perfect.
Thank you.
Well, so we're on the last leg of the interview, and I was just wondering, you gave us a PDF file, and that is
I
going
did.
to be the different colors
Yeah,
that will look good in camera, and I'm going to post that the PDF.
sure.
How else are they going to reach you if they are interested to work with you?
Well, thank you. Just come along. In Facebook, you can search it Look Better on Camera, and that's a Facebook group. Get live online on Fridays. I do an interview with a healer, coach, or therapist who's emerging or establishing their own business, and we talk about prosperity for the journey
I
and how
love
that
that.
impacts on spirituality, or if it does or if it doesn't for that person. I'm really interested in that. And so that will give you a link back as well to the Look Better on Camera group. And in there, you can get a discovery call if you like, where we do a 30-minute magnetic video kind of master plan for you to just find out exactly where you're at. That's free and complimentary. And then you can kind of take the first next step for yourself. And I say get live online because it's where it's at. It's here to stay forever. It's not going anywhere. Most people are going
Yeah,
to be working from home for a long time. So you want to be able to stand out even in Zoom meetings, I say all the time,
yes,
and see it as an
that too.
opportunity. Mm.
Yeah, you're always on Zoom.
So yeah,
Oh
come to the
well.
Look Better on Camera Facebook group. We would love to see you there. Go live in there once a week. We do makeovers in the group, and then get live online as the Friday interview session.
Yeah, I mean, I've had a chance to work with you and Inga, and I've mentioned this before, and I thought that was really fun, and
I'm
also to get
super
to know
stoked.
like what looks good, what doesn't, or what works, what doesn't. I absolutely love it. So for those of
Yeah,
you who are
awesome.
interested,
And do you use it in your daily life anyway now? Like, has it, or are you only using it for video? Because we find when people get a signature style, they kind of get more conscious and more confident in themselves anyway, because it's coming
yeah,
from.
yeah, actually, it's getting like I get more and more used to it. Like these clothes that well, right now since I don't go out much, so it's really mostly for videos. But
Okay.
pretty much, I mean, I love these clothes that we've chosen
Yeah,
for the capsule
beautiful. And
wardrobe.
your other clothes
And
become more important too
yeah,
for you to wear when you're out, like they are,
right.
right?
Yeah.
You can separate
Totally,
it out.
totally. It's helped me so much.
You have to be
That's
the
so true.
star of
Yes,
your own
you
life.
did.
You have to be the star of your own life.
Exactly. I love it. Yes. Star, director, producer, writer, everything in your life
That's it.
to create it
That's it.
truthfully. Well, so thank you so much, Sal, for
Thank
this wonderful
you.
opportunity, for sharing your knowledge with us about, loving to go online, loving to go live on
The
video,
camera
and for
can love
sharing your knowledge.
everyone, Francis. The camera can love
Exactly.
everyone. You just have to love it.
You just have to love it back.
Get to know
Uh,
it a bit, get to love it.
yeah.
And it's been super fun to be here with you today. And I love what you're
Yeah.
doing too. I think it's really
Thank
the
you
first
so
step
much.
is to know your own story and to bring a story to the world.
Yeah.
That's how we make meaning. So I think you're doing great stuff. And I hope your challenge goes well. I'm definitely going to try and see and come along to that.
Yes, you're so welcome. And I would love you to be here, to
Great.
join in and all that next week. All right. So thank you all for those of you who are here with us live and for those who will watch this replay later. Um, yeah. So I'll see you all next week. Bye bye for now.